Good evening and thanks for joining us from the new Global Newsroom here in Halifax. We begin tonight southwest of here, where there is heartbreak in the tiny community of Woods Harbour, Nova Scotia. The Coast Guard has called off the search for 5 young men whose fishing boat capsized Sunday night. Because of frigid weather and poor conditions, there is, say officials, little hope the 5 men, all of them under the age of 30, could still be alive. But parents are the last to give up hope, and there are some in Woods Harbour tonight who want the search to continue. Our Mike COUTEUR is there for us. Mike?
Well, Donna, there are some people here holding out hope for some kind of miracle, but others spent most of the day just trying to cope with the idea that the men that they watched grow up are gone.
5 beautiful young men. I mean, yeah.
Words escaped George Hopkins while trying to come to grips with the loss of his son Joel and 4 other young fishermen. The boat's crew capsized Sunday night in massive sea swells whipped up by hurricane-force winds. Chances of surviving more than 2 days in the frigid Atlantic are almost nil. Yet Hopkins worries Joel is still out there.
If I go to sleep and thinking that my boy is still in the raft, and here I am sitting in a warm, comfortable house, it just don't go together.
The reality is tough to comprehend for everyone in this small community. No one here wants to give up the search, but at the local church, the Vigil of Hope is now a memorial.
It will always be graven into our hearts, and we'll always remember these young men.
After the search ended last night, the RCMP took over, and they're calling it a missing persons case. The capsized boat continues to float about 120 kilometers off the coast, waiting for investigators from Ottawa to arrive. But local fishermen worry the vessel will sink by the time officials get to it.
Their fathers has got to go out looking and wondering every day when they look down over the side of that boat, is my son still alive, or could we have done more? Look down in that water and look across that ocean day after day, you know, without knowing.
Not many have, I'll tell you right now.
Do you know?
Back at the Hopkins house, they're talking about going out themselves to find the Miss Allie, because these families desperately need closure.
Until you've lost someone this close in this kind of an accident, I didn't realize before that closure was that important.
Well, that closure is so important to Hopkins, his family won't even begin to plan a funeral until the boat is properly searched and Joel is finally brought home. Donna?
And our hearts go out to those families. Mike COUTEUR, thanks.